13, 14, and 15, we are multiplying with our complex numbers. When we multiply, we kind of multiply just like we do with our x's, but we have to remember that I squared equals negative 1. So if we do get an I squared, we're going to substitute the negative 1 in and simplify. So these ones we're just foiling. Negative 5 times negative 2 is 10. Negative 5 times 3i is negative 15i. Negative 2i times negative 2 is positive 4i. And then negative 2i times a positive 3i would be negative 6i squared. Here's one of those where I have an I squared, so negative 6 times negative 1 is positive 6. Basically, that I squared just changes its sign, right? So combining my like terms, 10 plus 6 is 16. Negative 15 plus 4i would be negative 11i. Now they tell us to put our numbers in standard form with imaginary numbers. The imaginary number is always on the end. So the real number part goes in front, the imaginary part goes on the end, and that's what standard form is for complex numbers. So number 14, again, I'm going to FOIL that one out. So 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times negative 5i is negative 30i. Negative 4i times 5 is negative 20i. Negative 4i times a negative 5i is a positive 20i squared. Again, we're going to put a negative 1 in there, which makes that a minus 20. Combining our like terms, 30 minus 20 is 10. Negative 30i minus 20i is negative 50i, and my number's in standard form, so 10 minus 50i. And number 15 is the same kind of thing, but I'm not using my, not foiling, I'm just using my distributive property, so distributing that out. Negative 3i times 4 would be negative 12i. Negative 3i times negative 2i is positive 6i squared. I squared is equal to negative 1, so I get negative 12i minus 6. However, I don't have my answer in standard form, so I have to make sure I put my answer in standard form since the directions tell me to. So negative 6 minus 12i would be how I would want to have my answer.